Good evening, my name is Joe Knowles and this is Demon TV News. Last week a social media detox took place at New Montfort University. This was an initiative that took place from the 16th to 21st of January, where students and staff took a step back from all social media platforms, from Facebook to YouTube. One of the main reasons they did this was to try and draw attention to how much of an impact social media can have on people's mental health. There was a range of activities organised with #HealthyGMU, so everyone could channel their energy into something more positive. Students seemed to enjoy spending their time doing yoga, tai chi and reading events instead of being sat alone scrolling on social media. Many said they felt the social media detox helped them be more productive. It had positive effects on their mental health and that they would definitely consider doing a social media detox again in the future. Meanwhile, a letting fee ban that was discussed in 2016 had its date of enforcement announced this week. Having gone through the House of Commons and House of Lords, tenants will no longer be able to be charged admin fees on tenancies signed on or after the 1st of June 2019. David Cox, CEO of Arla, joined a webinar with Goodlord to answer questions from letting agents around the country. Cox provided answers as what they can and they cannot charge for when the ban is set in place. Due to the ban only taking place from June the 1st, if students have signed agreements before that date in order to secure accommodation, they can still be charged up to a year after the ban has been set in place. A Piper Malibu aircraft piloted by David Ibbotson was carrying the Argentinian striker Emiliano Sala when it went missing just off the coast of Alderney on Monday evening. Guernsey police said searches have been conducted by the Channel Islands air search plane approximately 1,700 square miles over France. The Channel Islands and UK have been searched with multiple areas being examined more than once. Some debris was found on the north coast of Jersey, however it does not appear to be related to the aircraft. The team are no longer actively searching, however they have said that the case does remain open. In other news, research suggests that the striped body paint used by some Indigenous groups may provide protection against horseflies. For years it's been known that the black and white stripes on a zebra's body deterred horseflies. But many of the Indigenous tribes in Africa, Australia and Papua New Guinea who paint stripes on their bodies also live in places where horseflies are widespread. These painted stripes are for emotional expression, decoration or used to mark one's identity or group's affiliation, but may have kept them safe from insect bites as well. Scientists from Hungary tested this theory by using mannequins covered in glue. These mannequins were coloured brown or beige to mimic dark and fair skin. Some were striped to mimic the body paint. All these mannequins were then left in a horsefly-infested meadow. No matter the colour of the mannequins, striped ones attracted fewer horseflies. In fact, the brown model attracted 10 times as many horseflies as their striped counterpart. Meanwhile, employment rate hits record high in the UK. The number of people in paid work reached 32.53 million, according to the Office for National Statistics. This results in a record employment rate of 75.8%. This is thanks to 141,000 people who were employed in the last few months. This result is partly in thanks to a record number of job vacancies which rose by 10,000 to a record high of 853,000. Wages have also gone up. They grew 3.3% compared to last year. This is the highest annual growth since the year 2008. This means that wages continue to outpace inflation. Now over to Joe Tobin for the sports.
As the week continues, the fourth round of the FA Cup gets underway, and the decade-old rivalry fixture, Arsenal versus Manchester United, takes place tonight at 7:55. Arsenal look to be the first team to beat the Red Devils since their manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer replaced Jose Mourinho. Hector Bellerin has been ruled out for Arsenal after suffering ligament injury, putting him out for several months. However, Manchester United also have their problems, as Marcus Rashford may not be fit to start the fixture also. Other Premier League clubs, such as West Ham and Wolves, have an easier fixture, playing League One sides, although Manchester City do face Premier League side Burnley on Saturday. At the Tennis Grand Slam tournament in Melbourne, Serena Williams has been knocked out of the Australian Open, missing 4 match points against Karolina Pliskova. Williams played down an ankle injury during her first match point and going forward was noticeably affected. Williams says she did not choke and that her opponent played unbelievable on match points. Pliskova will be facing former world number 4 Osaka in the Australian Open semi-finals. There's no serious upset in the men's tennis, however, as Novak Djokovic reaches the last 4 in Melbourne after Japan's 8th seed Kai Nishikori had to retire injured in their quarter-final. Spanish second seed Rafael Nadal and Greece's talented 20-year-old Stefanos Tsitsipas contested the other semi-final on Thursday, with Nadal taking the win. And finally, bad news for Leicester Tiger fans. They missed out on beating Ulster in the Heineken Champions Cup last Saturday. The Tigers were mathematically unable to qualify for the knockout stages, but their opponents were chasing the points to take them into the last 8. 2 tries in 5 minutes late into the second half left Leicester missing out on a victory after it ended 13-14 to Ulster. Back to Joe Knowles.
And thank you, Joe. In entertainment news, Maisie Williams, who plays Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, has said that she doesn't think fans will be satisfied with the ending of the final season. Although she said it will be really weird when it's done, it is the right time. She is very proud of the final season. Whilst Sophie Turner, who plays Sansa Stark, has admitted to the fact that she finds it extremely difficult to keep secrets and has revealed the ending to a few people she knows will keep it to themselves. Well, that's all for the news at DMU, the UK and beyond. If you've got any news stories you want to see covered, please let us know in the comments. But for now, I've been Joe Knowles, this has been Demon TV News, and we'll see you next time.